Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Change Your Mind podcast. I'm your host, Chris Ashley. And today we are going to delve into the science and personal development side. And I'm really excited. I have a pretty amazing guest with me. But really quick, before we jump into it, head over to the links in the show notes. You are going to find a link to my book, Change Your Mind to Change Your Reality. You'll find ways to sponsor the podcast. You'll find my courses, coaching, and you'll find links for my lovely guest as well. And as always, this podcast is part of the Los Angeles Tribune Podcast Network. We are doing some really big things in personal development, so come check us out. What if the one thing keeping you stuck is the way you think? Welcome to Change Your Mind with Chris Ashley, the podcast where science meets spirituality and mindset becomes your most powerful tool for transformation. I'm Chris Ashley, author of Change Your Mind to Change Your Reality, trainer, speaker, and lifelong seeker. For years, I battled trauma, depression, anger, chronic illness, low self-worth, and the weight of old stories. Until I discovered how to rewire my mind, reconnect with my divine nature, and consciously create a new reality from the inside out. This show is here to help you do the same. Each week, we explore the intersection of personal development, spirituality, and science, diving into topics like healing, emotional mastery, entrepreneurship, resilience, and the quantum nature of reality. You'll hear powerful stories, gain practical tools, and real conversations that will help you change your perspective, get unshakable confidence, and live the vision your soul has always known is possible. Whether you're navigating a major life shift, building your dream business, or seeking deep healing and alignment, you're in the right place. So if you're ready to break through, take back your power, and create a life on your terms, this is your moment. Let's break free from the patterns that hold us back, awaken to who we truly are, and rise. Your transformation starts now. All right. So with me today, I have Alexey Popov. So Alexey is the CEO and creator of Sirius Aviation, the world's first hydrogen-powered regional aircraft. The jet is a trailblazer in the aerospace sector and revolutionizing air travel. As the first hydrogen-powered aircraft, it is cost-effective in reshaping the future of aviation and clean air. Alexey himself is a distinguished aviation engineer and pilot. With an impressive background rooted in a family legacy of nearly 50 years in aviation engineering and design, Popov has become a highly accomplished leader in the aerospace and aviation industry. Super cool. Welcome, Alexey. I'm happy to have you here.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Chris. I will. I would like to start with something interesting. Probably I might cover a story that when I crossed the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic's, it was 5 years ago, and when I were from Oregon, Portland, Oregon, and I bought it in the United States, and flew all the way back to Europe, to Berlin, to Switzerland, actually, where I live. So it was a nice story of 5 days. We catched even a hurricane.
You said it was an interesting 5 days. What took 5 days?
Because when you do the transatlantic flight on a small single-engine piston aircraft, it's not a jet. The speed is significantly lower, and you cross the Atlantic Ocean in the narrowest points. So so you fly basically to North Pole, then you cross Atlantic Ocean to Greenland, then to Faroe Islands, and then so you do jumps, like 5.5 hour jumps.
That's wild. So what was the North Pole like?
Iqaluit, the capital of Eskimos, the Canadian state that is called Nunavut. Very nice. I've seen some Eskimos, pretty funny gentlemen, people with big round faces and with a lot of fat on it, and it's quite visible. And they're all tanned. Yeah, so very nice experience. 5 days, yeah, once we even trapped into a storm, so I had a co-pilot because it's dangerous to fly alone, and I think it's prohibited even. Um, yeah, so it's nice.
So was it scary when you were on the like above the actual ocean?
I wouldn't say so. It was more beautiful than scary, but when you have experience and so on, and you're prepared for any dangerous situation, so it makes you more comfortable, I would say. But for sure, this was the first experience, and yeah, maybe a little bit, but only the first day.
Have you ever so have you ever found yourself in like a kind of precarious situation when you're flying, or like was that storm the worst?
Yeah, that was at night. We catch the storm at night, and the situation about the Atlantic Ocean in September is the beginning of hurricane season, right? Uh, so yeah, Americans perfectly know it. So it was the beginning of September, and the specificity of the season is that they appear out of the blue, so they are unpredictable.
Ooh.
And yeah, sometimes, especially there above the 64th parallel. So that was that night, night of 5th September, and we trapped into such kind of storm. And you never know where. So there is no forecast, so there's no connection. You cannot connect. It's too far away from the closest radio station. So and you never know in which spot of the whirlpool you are in. So, and the winds are quite strong. So you might simply, if you face headwind, so when it's quite strong, then you find yourself that you are just standing at one point in your small aircraft because it's full power, full throttle is comparable and compensated by the strong headwind. So that might be the problem. And then you eventually run out of fuel and crash. That's it.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
terrifying.
yeah, that's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, I would say so.
And yeah, and we exactly were in this kind of situation, but we had a side wind, strong side wind, so it was good.
I mean, could those kind of winds ever like flip a plane over or like blow you out of the air or no?
Uh, I would say no. I've never heard about that, but this type of whirlpools, from what I know about weather, because this is the main science for all pilots, they don't. But if you have different kind of I forgot this cloud type, the storm, not the storm, but the heavy rain, how's it called, the brain,
Like a
yeah, the storm,
hurricane?
like a hurricane but not a whirlpool one. Yeah, so
Okay.
when we say it's raining like cats and dogs, this is the one.
Yeah.
And yeah, with blizzards and everything, so it has convention, it's so called. So this wings, the winds inside, they it's like they have severe speed up and down, and these flows are very close. So this might be the case if you cross it. So the pilots are prohibited to fly into such kind of uh, type of clouds.
Crazy.
They are all
Wow.
they have all Latin names. That's why I simply don't remember this one. It's
Yeah.
Carimbol or something. Uh, don't want.
Wow.
So yeah, that's it. So yes,
Do
they can
you get
flip, but
yeah, go ahead.
please, yeah, there was nothing where I want to.
I was just gonna say, do you get like nervous in those situations, like in the
You
one where you had
always
to?
do, yeah, you always do, but actually, you only feel it once the situation just finished, because you are too much concentrated on instruments and controlling the flight and so on. So you feel this, adrenaline and everything, all these consequences after, only after.
That makes
And
sense. You get like laser focused, kind of.
absolutely, yeah. So I've been in this situation about an hour. Only then I felt that I'm pretty tired. But once you're there, it's like laser focus, as you say. Absolutely, yeah. It was
I mean,
very
that's
interesting
good because like
experience.
Because some people would like freeze, right? In a situation, it's good that you can like
I,
focus
I
and get it
listen,
done.
listen. I have all kinds of ratings in my pilot license to be able to fly over the Atlantics, and I did specific training, so I was prepared. Believe me.
What kind of training do you do? What's the training like?
Transatlantic flight, specific transatlantic flight, like
Is
city.
that kind of training different than like if you were just flying over land?
I would say it's more like, operation, like, troops have brief and debrief. So it's more like 2 days brief before the operation. So we were like, I was briefed. I had several classes and then a couple of simulations on training in the training center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
S-
So that's it. So
So,
you see, the thing is that
yeah.
pilots are trained in such a way that
Uh-huh.
to fly for them. So the most difficult part is training, because you are put in the most problematic situations. And when you do the tests, when you have examinations and everything, you face always the most critical situation. So the exams are quite challenging and difficult. But in normal life, you might never find yourself in such kind of situation. So that's why flights are quite like basic flights for pilots that do it on regular basis are quite nice and beautiful. And only in difficult situations when you get into it, so you know exactly what to do because you are trained. You know exactly what to do. So step 1, step 2, step 3. That's why you a pilot, any pilot in a trained, well-trained pilot getting into a difficult situation, actually, he has already passed training over it. So we always know what to do, any pilot.
Well, that's reassuring. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I
It's
want
not that, let me read the book again, so I just forgot.
to, yeah, like
No.
while I'm in the
It's
midair.
different. You know exactly what to do. You know exactly what to do.
Yeah, it's like become habit. That's so good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
important. So I want to back up. I want to hear a little bit about your journey. Like what inspired you to create the world's first hydrogen powered aircraft? Like what set you on that path?
You see, that's a good question because it just came into my mind. When you grow, so I was born in a family of aircraft engineers and propulsion and aircraft engine designers. And I'm engine designer by education as well as my father and mother. And we've been into this business for several decades. And of course, you grow, you understand something new, you learn, you do service maintenance for multiple aircraft. We have own factory, quite a big one, with we produce different parts, different mechanism aggregates for aircraft, a lot of subsystems and so on. And once upon a time, I was flying somewhere and just thinking what could be improved, what might be improved, because we always think what may be improved, what market needs, and then bang, just um, the idea came to my mind because of the pollutions and a lot of things happening around with the planet, with this pollutions and everything. And I just realized that we can do hydrogen propulsion system, which is absolutely which has no emissions. And I immediately understood that we can do it already. So I have enough knowledge, we have enough manufacturing capacities, expertise in the field, partners to make it real. And to make an aircraft means to make first the engine, something that will give power for the aircraft. So you start always with the propulsion system or engine, let's call it. And I understood that I can do it. Some things were uncertain to me, but within 6 months, we started already manufacturing. So the
Wow,
first
that's really
appeared an
fast.
engine, Yeah, and then an aircraft design. We applied aircraft design across the propulsion system itself, engine.
And how long till you could actually fly that plane?
Up to 4 hours. The fuel tank
No, I mean,
allows.
how long did it take? You said 6 months to start working on it. Like, how long did it take till the plane was finished?
Well, we are in the middle. I would say so. In next year, we'll present the aircraft flying in May, June. So I'm right now actually at manufacturing. In Vienna, we have one of our subcontractors, and we'll present it May, June next year. Hydrogen flight and demonstrate the full cycle of hydrogen flight, the first hydrogen aircraft, vertically takeoff and landing, with the future substitution of all helicopters. And within the next 3 years, it will be certified.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So how does a hydrogen engine work? Like, how does it differ than a normal engine that planes have?
The principle is the same. You have hydrogen fuel tank, then you transform in conventional aircraft. You've got fuel, which is kerosene, and you use fuel, transform it into energy. In conventional aircraft, that's combustion engine, jet engine that burns the fuel and extracts energy. In hydrogen engine, that's called the conversion system. It's called fuel cell stack. Fuel cell stack. So fuel cells convert hydrogen into electricity and heat. We take off heat and take electricity and use it for different purposes. So electricity rotates electric motors, fans, and heat is used for different purpose, for various purposes. In winter, for example, heat is distributed along the wing to avoid icing. So it's a de-icing system at the same time. So very, very simple, actually.
Amazing. Yeah,
Very
that's
simple
pretty
to
amazing.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I followed that for sure. So how big is the plane that you're making right now? Is it going to be like a small two-person plane or a bigger?
We have several versions, but we focus to business jet market first because bigger margins are there and the demand is high. And we already accepted several pre-orders, so it will be starting two seats with a bigger space, and then we'll have 3 seats, and then we have several versions up to 6 seats, passengers and coach, even a coach as a flying taxi.
Very cool. And do you imagine a future where all airplanes are using this? Like, do you think the big commercial flights would ever pick this up?
No, we are not intersecting with commercial airlines because the technology does not allow right now to for bigger capacities. So our limit is 6 passengers
Okay.
and the pilot. So we are not, our markets are not overlapping, but we do basic operations as a helicopter, being very silent, zero emission. And what else? And we have a parachute system. So it's called ballistic recovery system. So in any critical situation, automatic deployment of ballistic of a parachute, and everyone is safe. So leading of risk of injury or an incident to virtual zero.
So where does the parachute, is the parachute connected to the plane?
Yeah, it's in the back. Yeah. It's
So it
above
like
the
literally comes out from the plane
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's kind of,
It
wow.
deploys like there is it's not something super innovative actually. Already 2 or 3 models, manufacturers of aircraft, American ones, have this type of system, recovery system. So there is no specific use in it. It's used widely.
I was gonna say, what situation would you need to deploy that in?
Critical failure. I would say. It deploys in critical failure or by manual or manually in case of something might happen. So not with aircraft, probably something might happen on board with the passengers. I don't know.
It
It's
helps you land safely.
yep. Yeah, you stop flying horizontally. You deploy the parachute. The, the the aircraft stops and it just falls down, goes
That's
down.
wild.
Yeah,
That's blowing my mind. I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah. Several, for example, Sirius Aircraft Corporation, they have parachute systems as well at their aircraft,
Very
all
cool.
types. Yeah,
So, we focus a lot on personal development on this podcast. And I love that you had an idea and you're like, well, this solves a problem. We have the partners, we have the innovation to make it happen. And you just like made it happen in 6 months. So, I'd love for you to just talk a little bit about, where does that like, I guess for people who have an idea, but they don't know where to go, like, how do you get that drive? How do you get that, um, just like persistence to make it happen? There's so many people that have ideas and then they never come to fruition and they don't make it happen.
you see, that's a good question, but I don't know how to reply. Um, everyone has his own passion, right? So it's the matter of perseverance. How the inventor of Apple, Steve Jobs, was saying. He said, something like, I firmly believe that success and is entirely on a person's perseverance, right? So I don't know. I can reply only from myself. So I find it interesting. I like design. I like aircraft. I like flying. I'm a pilot, so it's quite logical for me to, if I start something, to bring it to the logical end, having something, reaching the final. So it's a long distance projection, but if to talk about motivation, of course, I'm not on aircraft design and manufacturing the entire 24 hours. So, of course, I have side business in terms of a hobby, a girlfriend, friends, and, some different interests, because you will simply go mad doing one thing 24/7. Yeah, but, the motivation is there. I don't know. I was born like that, an aviator. This is my passion. I don't know how to explain.
It's just
I
like in
like it.
your blood.
It's just in my veins, yeah. It's just something that I like to do in life, and I can do it, and I see the road, I can predict things. I was trained all my life since I was very young, and my parents have always been in aircraft manufacturing, service, and design, so I consume all of that. I've consumed all of that as
So when
a
you say,
personality, yeah.
yeah, no, I love it. So when you say you can predict things, are you eating your cake? Did you,
No, I'm
Alex-
drinking my tea.
okay. Alexei's here having tea and cake at midnight in Vienna. I appreciate you coming on this late. So when you say you can predict things, like, do you mean like obstacles that come on the path? You can kind of foresee them and figure out, like, is that fun for you to like problem solve around things like that?
Let me explain you what I meant.
Yeah.
There is a very well promoted company, Lilium. Usually, I don't mention competitors or companies that in the same field, but this is a good example of to better explain your question and my vision over it. So, for example, you work in specific domain your entire life. You are a painter, let's say, and someone shows you a painting, or you're a woman, right? So you like women love clothes. When you touch it, when you see it, sometimes you can see from very far distance that was of a very bad quality or
Uh-huh.
very good quality. And for example, men we don't have this ability, right? Because we are we are not on cloth every day. For example, I'm just giving a stupid example probably, but you will
I
understand.
gotcha.
And
Follow.
yeah, it's the same thing works for anyone who is doing consistently same things, every day, all his life. So, and I can predict, I can see things. Or, for example, a startup emerges, someone in aviation, in my field, is someone is new, and say he's designing an aircraft. So I predicted the collapse of Lilium. For example, recently this company unfortunately collapsed. Young and brave startuppers, visionaries, right? And young men, but unfortunately inexperienced, and it doesn't work in our specific business, in aircraft business. Yeah, you have to be at least 10-15 years in aviation as to be able to understand it a little bit, not to say entirely, so to understand what you're doing. And a young team of passionate people came into our business, and I tried to talk to them, saying, giving them explanation how it worked, but they never listened. And so I'm trying to say that I saw their end with a specific time frame, 3 years, and it happened exactly like in 3 years, like day to day, even like months to months. And there are big players, companies that witnessed actually our negotiations, and they know and these predictions. And I have someone what I'm trying to say, that I have witness of what I'm saying. So you can predict things, you can understand how it works, and the business is very difficult, and the technologies are very difficult, especially if you don't have something that you can get from the market, go and buy. You have to invent it to make it work. And if you promise something, give promises, or you give, like, I will do this aircraft, okay, congratulations, but you have to understand when you say that you will have to face to overcome this and this obstacle. And in our business, for no money in the world, trillions dollars, if you don't understand how to do the vertical takeoff and landing, and there no one has ever done it on batteries, for example, right, with a specific design of an aircraft, you understand quite easily that, listen, this is simply impossible because you know a lot of things, and it's very difficult for someone to explain. So 3 years ago, I warned Lilium, with the CEO, the founder, that, listen, you are about to collapse. You don't understand what you're doing.
You
So
warned him. Okay.
I warned him, yeah. So because you are getting in more and more troubles, you have to redesign the aircraft, do this, and avoid mistakes in the beginning, because later on, and during specific phase of certification after application of to airworthiness, FAA to FAA, it will be impossible to come back. You will have to redesign. You will not have money, and investors will never believe you. No one will give you money, and so on. So it's a closed loop, and you will simply collapse. And yeah, but young people, they are always self-assured in a lot of things, especially having hype of doing when they did IPO. And became one of a sudden showing just pictures, PowerPoint pictures. So we are billionaires or millionaires or this and that. So, but this is market, today market is on this size, waves are this size, but then it um, can hit you from your back. And unfortunately, yeah, this happened. So what I'm saying, predictions, when you are experienced in something, you see things before they actually appear in front of everyone else's eyes.
Yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense, especially if they're promising something that's never been done before, right? Like the vertical takeoff that you're talking about.
We
And
always,
you're like, wait,
smile.
the
We don't
physics
say it
like
loud,
don't
but
work. What was that?
yeah. You simply smile, right? When you hear something stupid from person that doesn't understand this business, he came to you and saying that I will do this and that. what can you say? You just
Yeah.
smile inside, but
Well, it
sometimes you
sounds
don't
like
even.
I appreciate that even though they were a competitor, you tried to give them a heads up and help them out,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
you're
In
talking
our, you
about it
see,
very compassionately.
Chris, in our domain, it's not common um, to be in a competition, in a state of competition, because engineers, aviation engineers, they are never in our culture. Competition doesn't exist. It's opposite. We'd rather help each other. We don't accept each other as competitors. It's like something that is not common. So we help each other. We give free advice. We help with technologies. We do support, and whenever. So it's like kind of culture. It's like my personal obligation was to come to see him, warn him, try to help, and someone else. Or I'm not saying specifically about one company. I'm doing it on
Yeah,
everyday
sure.
basis, almost in different parts of the world. So this is I saw that he needs help. I offered help. He avoided it, said, no, I don't want. Okay. But I couldn't avoid doing it.
I wish everything was like that. I wish all genres of industry were like that, where it's more about collaboration and trying to help. Because
Not in the United States. In Europe, people are different.
yeah, Europe's looking good these days. Yeah, no, it's too bad. I'm hoping there's going to be a shift,
Absolutely. With
because I
Mr.
think
Trump, now we will have big shift altogether on the planet.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Like when our president affects like everyone, right? Like
Absolutely.
it affects the world too.
100%. Except Zulu people, because they
The
don't
Zulu
even know
people,
about, yeah, the Zulu people.
like a tribe. Is that a tribe?
Yeah, these far distant islands in the middle of nowhere, when you have, the closest neighbors around 8,000, miles
Yeah, they
on
don't
a
care about
boat.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They
They're
don't
like,
know
whatever.
other people exist. This is what they don't
That's
know.
that's so crazy. Isn't that crazy that there are people on this planet who don't know other people exist or who just are so isolated and we can't go talk to them? That's so crazy thinking about
Yes, but it's
that
still there.
exists
It's
still.
it's here in our planet. You can even try to visit
Yeah.
this place.
Yeah.
There's an
I know.
island
Aren't
where,
there some that you're like not allowed to go to also?
yeah, yeah.
Because, or like they've killed people that have gone there because they don't know what they are and they're just protecting themselves, right? Yeah.
With
Pretty crazy.
arrows, yeah, with arrows and bows.
Yeah. That's wild. It's so wild.
I'm jealous a little bit of them, honestly.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Um, but yeah, no, I do feel like people want to collaborate. Like that's human nature, right? Like this competitiveness, like it doesn't feel natural, right? I don't know. Like
Absolutely.
humans are supposed to be like a tribe, right? Like we're supposed to work together to survive, right? Like that's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who said that the power is in unity, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's true.
so absolutely. Yeah, you see, the world, the present world, is constructed in such a way that there are several political systems that are in opposition to each other. We had
Yeah.
previously Cold War, which was the counter um, offensive of two different social systems, right?
Yeah, I lost you for a second there.
Yeah. Here, yeah. So I'm saying that there are different types of social systems that are in competition, like capitalism, then socialism, communism, for example. So the humanity is constantly, like everything else, is transforming. But yeah, I completely agree with you. Here in Europe, people are very different, and the culture. I mean, people are same, but the culture is different.
Yeah.
I'm not saying worse or better or no,
No,
no, no.
I
It's
think it's
different. It's warmer. People don't care here so
I
much
mean,
about
I
money
think it's
than
better.
in comparison, like in the United States.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
But
yeah, I
I
don't even
love
know
I
how we
like
got
United
to this.
States.
No, I mean, like you said, there's pros and cons of everything, right? It's good, it's bad. I mean, my husband
Absolutely,
and I
yeah.
have that conversation too, like, because I could get Italy opened it up where you can get citizenship if like your grandfather or your grandparents were born there, and one of my grandfathers was born there. So I'm thinking about going through that. We're like, oh, we can move to Italy, but he's like, it's hard to be successful in Europe, right? Because they then your taxes are super high, right? So you can be more successful in the United States in that respect. But then it feels like the quality of life is better in Europe because I don't know, like you go for like 3 hour dinners in France or Italy, and like people
It's
take more
Italy.
vacation and they take care of people more, you know?
Yeah, I live in Switzerland, for example. So
Yeah, what's that
in
like?
In Switzerland, everything is focused and dedicated to people's wealth. So you would like to have education, additional. Yeah, I'm sorry, Chris. I think we have a connection problem again.
No, yep, we
You hear
do,
me?
but yep, now you're back.
Yeah,
Okay, so I heard Switzerland, they're focused on the people's wealth.
yeah. For example, yeah, Switzerland is the country that is completely focused on people's wealth. Like
In what way
you
that?
can allow yourself everything. Like you want education, please, loans, credits, whatever. Like 0%. The minimum wage, like minimum wage is 4.5 Swiss francs, which is around 5K dollars, and this is like 6 hours per week only. You work 6 hours per week, and no one will pay you less than this amount. It's prohibited by law.
Wow. So how is like the healthcare? Is it all like paid for, like healthcare and childcare and all of that, or do you have the similar setup with the
I can
U.S.?
say only about Switzerland because I'm resident of Switzerland. It works like it's brilliant. It's simply amazing.
Okay, that's
It's
awesome.
just amazing. Yeah, like I don't know. It can be compared only to top level hospitals. Sorry, hotels.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, and yeah, very professional, very accurate, and high level, free. Like you pay just your insurance, which costs 400 Swiss francs per month, and it covers everything.
That's amazing. And you don't have to wait like hours for
No,
emergency
no, no,
care or
no, no, no,
anything.
no,
Okay.
no, 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 no,
So,
no, 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 no. It's
wow,
very, very, very top level. I don't know. I don't
that's
know if even
amazing.
a close comparison. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like Switzerland's the way to go.
Absolutely, yes.
How is does it support like new mothers well? Because that's been like we have a 9 and 10 month old baby this week, and it's just it's crazy. Like the U.S.
Chris,
doesn't pay.
I think we have again connection problems. Probably you could. Is there something that might be from your side? No,
Um, I don't know.
because
How
it's
does it sound
definitely
now?
not with me. Definitely
Hmm.
not my. Let me
Well,
reconnect to
let's keep
Wi-Fi.
trying to go. Like I said, it's gonna download perfectly.
Okay,
So as long
okay.
as we can get the gist of what we're saying, I think it'll be okay. But so I wanna just bring it back to you. You know, just thinking about this personal development theme. How have you handled failures in your life? Because you're obviously very successful. Um, you've got a lot of confidence, you've got a lot of drive, and I'm sure you've found bumps along the way. So what's your perspective on dealing with failure?
Oh, it's difficult. It's always difficult. I believe that I began to take it more easy, but every failure is something that literally killing me. So I try to learn, but and try to avoid that for sure. But from time to time, I don't know. I take it with an ease from time to time. No, it depends on the mood. I don't know. I don't have critical failures, so there is nothing that I can mention specific that yes, this was a big failure and That was a big problem for my mental state. But it's always painful for everyone, I believe. How do I deal with it? I don't know. You switch attention. You're trying to find a success. Stop thinking. There are some advanced ways of eliminating the stress, and sooner or later you learn. And it doesn't work for everyone. It's your personal. So you have to create your own system how to avoid such things or try to overcome them in a more fast way.
Yeah, I didn't catch all of that, but it's going to be on the recording. So I guess I appreciate your honesty there. I guess, do you have any advice for people listening who maybe have this idea they want to pursue and they're scared of getting started, or have fear of failure? Like, do you have any words of wisdom for people in that situation?
I believe yes. Once you ask, I would mention 3 things. First of all, fear is something that doesn't exist. So it's everything starts from our heads. So we create fears, we create ideas, we create everything, but it's always inside of the head. So, and what you see is just a projection. This is first. Second, the only way to success is perseverance. And no matter what you do, how you do, so you have to be consistent, diligent, and follow your goals and dreams. And the third, I think there is nothing for, like, you can achieve anything in life. So it's the matter of setting the exact goals and knowing what you would like to have at the end. And there, 100% you will achieve it. Not even 99%, no, 100%. And whenever the goal is set and it's defined, this is 90% of success. All the rest is hard work, belief, and diligent work. That's it. So wake up, do routine. So life is a routine. If you learn how to do routine, you will be successful in everything.
I
This is
love
my
it.
advice.
I love it. Thank you so much. That was so wonderfully said, and I think a lot of people are going to get a lot out of that. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me at your show. Thank you,
Yeah.
Christine.
Is there anything else you want to share? Like if you have a website or anything like that that you want to put out there into the world?
Yes, please visit our website, follow our news. We'll present our aircraft. So I believe even if you don't follow us, the news will find you whenever you are in that exactly chair where you're all sitting. And it's siriusjet.com. We presented design. So if you have questions, you can always ask there, write us a mail. I don't promise, but I will try to reply in person.
You're amazing. Thank you so much, Alexey. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you staying up till midnight and having some chocolate cake with me and hanging out. And if you are listening, please like, comment, share, subscribe, send this to someone you think it would be helpful to, and have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.